This interview is conducted for the purpose of learning more about volunteering and volunteerism. Starting off with number one, have you ever volunteered before?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what motivated you to volunteer?
Uh, the sense of community service and helping others.
All right. So, let's say you did volunteer. What, looking back on your experience, what are the most memorable moments you remember as a volunteer?
Back in 2013, we were able to conduct a medical, dental, and feeding program somewhere in a very remote fishing village in La Union, where we were able to cater to some 70 to 80 participants or families. And in that mission, uh, many of the adult fisher folks never experienced going to a dentist, so they were able to have more than 3 or 4 of their teeth extracted, which had been causing them so much pain. And for the young children, they were able to enjoy a little bit of fast food nutrition, as well as some school supplies that they never had experience.
All right. Thank you. So, moving to our next question, do you feel that volunteerism in your community has declined over time?
Indeed, we can see a downtrend of this volunteerism, especially in the local community. Uh, Before, we had a lot of people joining, example, the SUMVAC, or the summer vacation traffic guides along the roads. Nowadays, you find very little of that. Uh,
Hello ate, what motivated you to volunteer?
Actually, there are many factors that could contribute to a person wanting to volunteer, but if I would take from my own experience, I think I find volunteering as something that satisfies me personally. I was raised in a household where generosity is one of the core values that has been inculcated in my teachings, and whenever I volunteer to do things, it's the idea that you're doing something for the world, and that little thing you're doing for the world is actually giving an impact, and that impact is my motivation as to why I volunteer.
Looking back on your experience, what are some of the most memorable moments for you as a volunteer?
To be honest, I've been in a lot of volunteer events, and I don't really have a specific event in which I would say this is the highlight of my volunteering experience, but it's more generalized. And you know, when you're done with the activity and you're already tired and you're in the corner just looking at what you've done, that experience alone, seeing that all your hard works went into something and that something benefits a lot of people, I think that is the experience in volunteering that keeps me want to do it every time I can.
Did volunteer service in any way change your life?
Well, I wouldn't say so, because since I was young, I was already exposed in the world of volunteering. So I don't really have a comparison, since I haven't really tried not volunteering if I had the chance to. So I would say not really, because of my experience.
So, to our next question, what do you think could be done to increase the number of volunteers here in our community?
Well, for one thing, we can increase volunteerism through social media. nowadays. And schools will play a very important role, especially for them to conduct a lot of these outdoor activities that will encourage a lot of their students to also join these socio-civic organizations or activities, and also to promote outdoor coordination with our service clubs or organizations from the example is like the Rotary or in Lions.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Ayun po, pwede po ba kayo na-interview? Siyempre. So, ang interview ko namin yung so bakit yun eh? Do you feel that following the community has declined over time?
Yes. Before, I think in a time where a lot of people are trying to earn a living and has become independent for themselves, they started to forget that they live in a community where volunteerism, especially for others, can involve.
So, is there something that shaped you particularly with regards to declining volunteerism?
I think that uh, what is frustrating is not on the side of volunteerism itself, but it is more on the ability of how our society was built in a way that sometimes it is good to be independent, sometimes you have to take care of yourself, but it doesn't really go well with how volunteerism began at the time. That I think the frustration will come with how our society is built, that we could hardly afford taking care of ourselves, how much more take volunteerism in helping others.
And that's all, sir. Thank you.
Thank
I got motivated to volunteer because it's the act of giving away to somebody and then being appreciative for me. Um, the act of like giving away, for example, I gave away food to people uh, when their house got burnt, and it changed my life because I could see the relief in their eyes that, oh, we're getting help, thank God. um,